Hey, I'm Dr. Ranicki with Dr. Ranicki's Creating Wellness Center in Savannah, Georgia. So I want to share with you what to expect in terms of how long you should anticipate being in our chiropractic office. I can't speak obviously for all chiropractors, but I do want to make sure you understand what it's like in our office. So on your very first visit, we're going to do a more in-depth consultation, examination, very likely take x-rays, and that whole process is probably going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of about an hour. During that visit, we won't be doing any treatment. We won't be going over the results of anything. It's just about gathering all the information, gathering all the data so that the doctors can spend some time looking over it, figuring out if you're a candidate for chiropractic care or not. If so, what needs to be done, how often, for how long, and all of those kinds of things that I know you'll want answers to. Then we're going to get back together again for a second visit. And on that second visit, we'll sit down with you. We'll show you the results of the examination. We'll show you your x-rays and what things we found on there, if anything, that was significant and important. We'll, of course, explain what our recommendations are, how often you'll need to be seen, and for how long to be able to get the results that you're trying to achieve. That'll be about an hour-long visit there as well. But after that, the visits start becoming very brief. We don't need to spend a lot of time together with each and every visit after that. We're all busy. We all have a lot of things on our plate and all have more to do than there's hours in the day to get done. So we make sure that we run efficiently in our office. I know when I was going to medical doctors in my childhood, it seemed like every time I went, it was a long wait I had to spend out there in the waiting room. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour each time, and then I'd finally get back to see the doctor, and then we wait more for the nurse to finally come in, and then we wait more for the doctor to finally come in. And every time it was about a 2-hour visit at least before we were finally able to get out of there. I don't see how people could do that with today's pace of life. So I've made sure that we cut out all of the waste. We make sure that we run right on time and we get right to what needs to be done that day. So we're respecting your time there. It's not about running people through the mill faster. It's about making sure that we're not wasting any of your time. As long as I've been doing this, at this point in 2019, I've been doing this for 20 years now. I've gotten very good at being able to decide quickly where a person needs to be adjusted and if they need to be adjusted or not, and then able to do the adjustment in a pretty time-efficient manner. We don't, in our office, also do some massage work in the middle of the adjustment and then afterwards have you use ice, heat, or other physical therapy, things like that. But that's not because those things don't have any use or value. It's just that if you need massage, I would rather recommend you to a massage therapist and let them do it. I'm not a good massage therapist. I don't know what I would be doing in that world, so I would rather say, let me refer you to a massage therapist who can specialize in that. The same thing with physical therapy. Things like ice, heat, those are things you can do at home for free. You don't need to sit there in my office and pay me to have somebody put ice packs on you or heat packs on you. And if you need physical therapy, well then guess what? There are physical therapists that specialize in that and can do that just as well, if not better, than I'm going to be able to do that myself. So we would just, again, recommend that not instead of, but in conjunction with your chiropractic care, if that seems to be an appropriate, necessary tool for you. So that way we are able to keep our process very efficient. Where we get into a bit more depth is we do reevaluations very consistently throughout your care. We're currently doing those every 12 visits, and we're going to spend a lot more time with you during those visits, digging into how are you progressing, what kind of changes are you seeing for the better or for the worse, what if anything is not responding at all, and then figuring out what if anything we need to do differently to be able to get things to start to respond better. And then also showing you the results of that re-examination and the testing that we did that'll help you to see how much and how well you're progressing, even if you haven't necessarily felt it symptomatically yet. So during those re-evaluations, we dig deep and we formulate the next game plan, and then we'll carry out that game plan on each visit from there on, and then do another re-evaluation, reassess, reformulate, and get right back to work. So we keep things running very efficient. You don't have to worry that it's going to be an hour long every time you come. It should be something that works well with even the busiest of schedules, because we know we're all running a million miles an hour these days. And I don't know anybody who's just got a lot of extra time to sit around and wait in a waiting room to be able to finally get seen. So thank you for your time. I hope that provides some useful information for you. And if there's anything we can do to help, please make sure to let us know. Feel free to post any questions or comments down below. Thanks for your time. Dr. Ranicki with Dr. Ranicki's Creating Wellness Center.